Chapter 17. The Necklace. She was one of those pretty and charming girls born as though fate had blundered over her into a family of artisans. She let herself be married off to a little clerk in the Ministry of Education. Her tastes were simple because she had never been able to afford any other. But she was as unhappy as though she had married beneath her. She suffered endlessly, feeling herself born for every delicacy and luxury. She had no clothes, no jewels, nothing. And these were the only things she loved. She felt that she was made for them. She had longed so eagerly to charm, to be desired, to be wildly attractive and sought after. One evening, her husband came home with an exultant air, holding a large envelope in his hand.
"Here's something for you."
Swiftly, she tore the paper and drew out a printed card. It was an invitation to a party.
What do you want me to do with this?
"Why, darling, I thought you would be pleased. You never go out, and this is a great occasion. I had tremendous trouble to get it. Everyone wants one. It's very select, and very few go to the clerks. You'll see all the really big people there."
And what do you suppose I am to wear at such an affair?
Why, the dress you go to the theatre in. It looks very nice to me.
He stopped, stupefied, and utterly at a loss when he saw that his wife was beginning to cry.
I haven't a dress, and so I can't go to this party. Give your invitation to some friend of yours whose wife will be turned out better than I shall.
He was heartbroken.
"Look here, Mathilde.
He persisted.
What would be the cost of a suitable dress which you could use on other occasions as well? Something very simple."
I don't know exactly, but I think I could do it on 400 francs.
He grew slightly pale, for this was exactly the amount he had been saving for a gun, intending to get a little shooting next summer on the plain of Nanterre.
"Very well. I'll give you 400 francs, but try and get a really nice dress with the money."
The day of the party drew near, and Madame Loisel seemed sad, uneasy, and anxious. Her dress was ready, however. One evening, her husband said to her,
"What's the matter with you? You have been very odd for the last 3 days."
I'm utterly miserable at not having any jewels, not a single stone to wear. I shall look absolutely no one. I would almost rather not to go to the party.
"How stupid you are. Go and see Madame Forestier and ask her to lend you some jewels."
Next day she went to see her friend and told her trouble. Madame Forestier went to her dressing table, took up a large box, brought it to Madame Loisel, opened it and said, "Choose, my dear." She found a superb diamond necklace. Her heart began to beat covetously. Then, with hesitation, she asked in anguish,
Could you lend me this, just this alone?
"Yes, of course." She flung herself on her friend's breast, embraced her frenziedly, and went away with her treasure. The day of the party arrived. Madame Loisel was a success. She was the prettiest woman present, elegant, graceful, smiling, and quite above herself with happiness. A night-prowling carriage brought them to their door in the Rue des Martyrs. She took off the garments in which she had wrapped her shoulders, but suddenly she uttered a cry. The necklace was no longer round her neck.
"What's the matter with you?"
I've no longer got Madame Frostier's necklace.
"What? Impossible!"
They searched in the folds of her dress, in the folds of the coat, in the pockets, everywhere. They could not find it.
"Are you sure that you still had it on when you came away from the ball?"
Yes, I touched it in the hall at the ministry.
"But if you had lost it in the street, we should have heard it fall."
Yes, probably we should. Did you take the number of the cab?
"No, you didn't notice it, did you?"
No.
They stared at one another, dumbfounded. Her husband went to the police station, to the newspapers, to offer a reward, to the cab companies.
You must write to your friend and tell her that you have broken the clasp of her necklace and are getting it mended. That will give us time to look about us.
Loisel, who had aged 5 years, declared.
We must see about replacing the diamonds.
Next day, they took the box which held the necklace and went to the jeweller's whose name was inside. He consulted his books.
It was not I who sold this necklace, madam. I must have merely supplied the clasp.
Then they went from jeweller to jeweller, searching for another necklace like the first, consulting their memories, both ill with remorse and anguish of mind. In a shop at the Palais Royal, they found a string of diamonds which seemed to them exactly like the one they were looking for. It was worth 40,000 francs. They were allowed to have it for 36,000. Loisel borrowed money, entered into ruinous agreements, did business with usurers. When Madame Loisel took back the necklace to Madame Forestier, the latter said to her in a chilly voice, "You ought to have brought it back sooner. I might have needed it." Madame Loisel came to know the ghastly life of abject poverty. From the very first she played her part heroically. This fearful debt must be paid off. She would pay it. The servant was dismissed. They changed their flat. They took a garret under the roof. She came to know the heavy work of the house, the hateful duties of the kitchen. She washed the plates, wearing out her pink nails on the coarse pottery and the bottoms of pans. She washed the dirty linen, the shirts and dishcloths, and hung them out to dry on a string. Every morning she took the dustbin down into the street and carried up the water, stopping on each landing to get her breath. Her husband worked in the evenings at putting straight a merchant's accounts, and often at night he did copying at 2 pence halfpenny a page. And this life lasted 10 years. At the end of 10 years, everything was paid off. Everything. The usurer's charges and the accumulation of superimposed interest. Madame Loisel looked old now. She had become like all the other strong, hard, coarse women of poor households. Her hair was badly done, her skirts were awry, her hands were red. She spoke in a shrill voice, and the water slopped all over the floor when she scrubbed it. One Sunday, as she had gone for a walk along the Champs-Élysées to freshen herself after the labours of the week, she caught sight suddenly of a woman who was taking a child out for a walk. It was Madame Forestier, still young, still beautiful, still attractive.
Good morning, Jeanne.
Madame Loisel approached her. The other did not recognize her, and was surprised at being thus familiarly addressed by a poor woman.
"But, madam,"
she stammered.
"I don't know you. You must be making a mistake."
No, I'm Mathilde Loisel.
Her friend uttered a cry.
"Oh, my poor Mathilde, how you have changed."
Yes, I've had some hard times since I saw you last, and many sorrows, and all on your account.
"On my account? How was that?"
You remember the diamond necklace you lent me for the ball at the ministry?
"Yes, well?"
Well, I lost it.
"How could you? Why, you brought it back."
I brought you another one just like it, and for the last 10 years, we have been paying for it. You realize it wasn't easy for us. We had no money. Well, it's paid for at last, and I'm glad indeed.
Madame Forestier had halted.
"You say you bought a diamond necklace to replace mine?"
Yes, you hadn't noticed it? They were very much alike.
And she smiled in proud and innocent happiness. Madame Forestier, deeply moved, took her 2 hands.
"Oh, my poor Mathilde, but mine was imitation. It was worth at the very most 500 francs.